6 months ago, 8 months ago, to be a maid of honor. I was very excited, believe it or not. I should tell you differently, but I was very, very, very excited. And the reason I was so excited, this is kind of sappy, but I really, really like you guys. And not just because John and I are chemists, and not just because Jess and I were RAs, and you were a wonderful mentor, but I love you guys together. And I've been to a lot of weddings in the past, and in none of them have I felt that the couple should be together more than you guys. And I really feel you guys are going to be together forever, and I am so happy to be a part of this. So, to Jess and John.
Hi.
From Instructions for Life in the New Millennium by His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama. Take into account that great love and great achievements involve great risk, and that a loving atmosphere in your home is the foundation for your life. Be gentle with the earth, be gentle with one another. When disagreements come, remember always to protect the spirit of your union. When you realize you've made a mistake, take immediate steps to correct it. Remember that the best relationship is one in which your love for each other exceeds your need for each other. So love yourselves, love one another, love all that is your life together, and all else will follow. Do you choose this man? Do you promise to give him support, love, and loyalty in hard times? Do you vow to stay by his side as a companion, friend, and lover during good times? Do you love him more than you need him? Do you commit to him?
I do. With this ring, I commit to you.
John, do you choose this woman? Do you promise to give her support, love, and loyalty in hard times? Do you vow to stay by her side as a companion, friend, and lover during good times? Do you love her more than you need her? Do you commit to her?
I do. With this ring, I commit.
Please give a very warm welcome to Mr. John and Mrs. Jessica Lee.
So 6 years ago, for Jess and John's 6-month dating anniversary, the three of us were down in SLO for spring break, and their 6-month anniversary fell on April 1st. So that morning, we printed out a marriage certificate, totally fake, and they signed it, and I signed it as the witness and officiant. And we left it on the counter for Lori and Rich to find. I think we fooled Lori for a moment, but Rich wasn't fooled at all. But now, 6 years later, I am so happy to have actually signed the real marriage certificate.
When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. When I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. If I get drunk, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who gets drunk next to you. And if I haver, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's havering to you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. When I'm working, yes, I know I'm gonna be the man who's working hard for you. And when the money comes in for the work I do, I'll pass almost every penny on to you. When I come home, oh, I know I'm gonna be the man who comes back home to you. And if I broke, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's growing over you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walks 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. When I'm lonely, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's lonely without you. And when I'm dreaming, well, I know I'm gonna dream about the time when I'm with you. When I go out, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. And when I come home, yes, I know I'm gonna be the man who comes back home with you. I'm gonna be the man who's coming home with you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walks 1,000 miles to fall down at your door.
So I've known John and Jess for about the same amount of time, like 6, 7 years now. And I knew John was going to be a great friend when the first time I met him, he walked into our apartment dorm when we were moving in. And the first thing he saw was my dad shirtless in front of a fan after moving 1 box. And I knew that when he was still in the apartment 2 days later, that he didn't move out, so I knew he was going to be a good friend. But to be honest, I know that they're going to work well together and stay together, because another thing is that John is very competitive in video games. I don't know if anybody's ever played video games with him. He's very competitive, and there's one video game that he can never win. Neither can I. We always try to beat Jess, but Jess always wins. It's called Jack Attack, and we win all the way through the end, and then there's a speed round, and she's just got fast thumbs. It's just like lightning. But John will play over and over again. I mean, sometimes he has to drink a little but to be okay. But I mean, he'll play over and over again because Jess likes to play, and even though he loses every time, he still likes to play. So maybe one day, John. But to John and Jess.
When I walk on by, girls be looking like Debbie Fly. I pimp to the beat, walking down the street and my new the freak, yeah. This is how I roll, animal print pants out control. It's Red Bull with the big ass bra, and like Bruce Lee, I got the clout, yeah. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. I work out. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. I work out when I walk in the spot. This is what I see. Everybody stops and is staring at me. I got passion in my pants and I ain't afraid to show it. Show it, show it, show it. I'm sexy and I know it. I'm sexy and I know it. Yeah, when I'm at the mall, security just can't fight them all. And when I'm at the beach, I'm in a Speedo trying to tan my cheeks. What? This is how I roll. Come on, ladies, it's time to go. We headed to the bar, baby, don't be nervous. No shoes, no shirt, and I still get service. Watch. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. I work out. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. I work out when I walk in the spot. This is what I see. Everybody stops and is staring at me. I got passion in my pants and I ain't afraid to show it. Show it, show it, show it. I'm sexy and I know it. Aye. I'm sexy and I know it. Check it out. Check it out. Wiggle, 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 yeah. Wiggle, 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 yeah. Wiggle, 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 yeah. Wiggle, 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 yeah, yeah. Do the wiggle, man. I do the wiggle, man. Yeah. I'm sexy and I know it. Hey. Yeah. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. I work out. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. I work out. I'm sexy and I know it.
Kind of torturous, you know. The first time that I met Jess, or that I remember, was in a parking garage in Las Vegas. And you guys came down for John's birthday. And we were going to go to the movie, and we were going to go to a concert. And so we met him in this garage, and we parked, and across there was the Battlestar, the car. And you guys came running over with a Foster's Freeze boysenberry milkshake that you had brought all the way from Barstow for me, trying to keep it cold. And that was the first time I saw Jess. I mean, I knew John, but you looked happy. You just looked like a good, happy person. And a lot of you know what Jess has done for me and my family, and for John, and I guess I could be corny because I'm the mom, but I think if there was more people like you in the world, it would be a much better place if they had your heart. And for you, a few years ago, I guess it was 6 or 7 years ago, when John went to college, and I was in Utah, and I was by myself one night, and I walked him out to the car, and it was dark, there was no street lights or anything, a perfect clear sky with the stars, and he said, I have to tell you a couple of things before I go. And one of the things he said to me was, he quoted a Grateful Dead song for me and said, what a long, strange trip this has been, Mom. And I hate to tell you this, but as you've discovered, the long, strange trip wasn't over. But for your heart and yourself, if the world had more of you, it'd be a better place. And so I say to the two of you, if you started a family today, and the world's a little bit better right now. And so I'd like to involve my family. This one, I want to tell you too, I did a lot of research on this to get it right.
Okay, we're setting up.
You can see them.
Hi.
John? Daniel? Is Daniel standing? Ah, okay. Okay, this is for you guys. You have to look, because I had to practice this. So I say, live long and prosper, and I love you both.
Down in London town to go-go, with the record selection and the mirror's reflection, I'm dancing with myself, when there's no one else inside, in the crowded lonely night. Well, I wait so long for my love vibration, and I'm dancing with myself, dancing with myself, dancing with myself, when there's nothing to lose and there's nothing to prove, but I'm dancing with myself. Every type of girl, but your empty eyes seem to pass me by, leave me dancing on with myself. So let's sink another drink, 'cause it'll give me time to think.
So when I was asked to give a father of the bride speech, it occurred to me that I didn't have a clue what that entails. So I first decided I'd think back to my own marriage and think back to what Ham had to say, my father-in-law, who was a pretty great guy. And I realized I couldn't even remember if he talked. So I figured that put this speech into perspective. And next I looked at references and found that the speech was supposed to be brief, solemn, and the least funny. So far, so good. So when I reported the results of my research to Jess and offered to share all the fruits of my wisdom gained through 59 years of life and 30 years of marriage, she said that wouldn't work, as everyone would expect me to say something. But anyway, here goes. First of all, I'd like to thank you all for coming today. Our shared goal here is to make this a special day for John and Jess. And Lori, Karen, and I would like to thank each and every one of you for reserving the day and making the trip here. Second, I'd like to thank Karen for raising John to be a remarkable person that he is today. I can truly say from the first minute I saw him in our living room that I figured this was a pretty remarkable human being. I tried to list all his attributes, but it would take way too long, and most of you already know him and love him for who he is. But I can tell you, I know ours will be a better family now that he's part of it. I've also known Jess for quite a while. And on that Christmas morning in 1986, when I first held her, I was sure that she was the most beautiful girl I'd ever seen. That has never changed, but over the years I've also come to admire the remarkable woman she has become. And I've always been especially proud that she's my daughter. All the parents want their children to be happy in life and hope they will find a partner willing to help them share life's joys and struggles. And of all the individuals I've met over the past 25 years, John is the person I'd most like to see fill the role for Jess, and I believe that she also fills it for him. Together, John and Jess have become hardworking, intelligent, and caring through and through. Since I've observed them as a couple, quite frequently I've seen them exhibit real compassion and going out of their way to help people when it would have been much easier not to. And I would say that wherever they live, their neighbors are going to be fortunate to have them as neighbors and community members. Now, getting back to my research on marriage. I did want to share with you a classic poem by a well-known American poet that offers what I believe to be some exceptional advice for all of us as we navigate through life. And thanks for bearing with me as I read this, and sorry, apologies to the Dalai Lama who was quoted earlier. This one's from Ogden Nash, and it's entitled, "Keep Your Marriage Brimming." And here it is. It says, "To keep your marriage brimming with love in the loving cup, whenever you're wrong, admit it, and when you're right, shut up." Now, if you'd be so kind, I'd like you all to stand up and join me in a toast to the bride and groom. Not you two. So here's to the past for all you've learned, here's to the present for all you share, and here's to the future for all your plans together. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Mr. and Mrs. John and Jessica Lee.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see, no, I won't be afraid. Oh, I won't be afraid, just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountain should crumble to the sea, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. And darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me. Stand by me. stand by me. Whenever you're in trouble, won't you stand by me? Oh, stand by me. Won't you stand now? Oh, stand by me. When all I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I never knew. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
On board, we gonna ride till there ain't no more to go, taking it slow. And Lord, don't you know, I'll have me a time with a poor man's lady, hitching on a twilight train. Ain't nothing here that I care to take along, maybe a song sing when I want. Don't need to say please to no man for a happy tune. Oh, I love my rosy child, you got the way to me.
Congratulations. I now pronounce you married. May all the love and support shown and experienced here today be with you for the rest of your life. So say we all.
My dearest friend, if you don't mind, I'd like to join you by your side, where we can gaze into the stars and sit together now and forever. For it is plain, as anyone can see, we're simply meant to